Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Things did not go Tennessee's way Saturday night in the Swamp. I know a lot of us as fans, we're pissed off, we're angry. Some people are confused. People are calling for Nico. There's an anger there, right? We love Tennessee football. We eat, sleep, breathe Tennessee football. Had a great live stream this morning with Eric Kane of VolQuest.com. Also, BVD was in the house, and we were talking about adversity and how this team is going to have to bounce back. They're going to have to respond. I talked all offseason about how important this Florida game was and how I thought it would kind of show where Tennessee was headed this season. We've had a couple of games against inferior opponents in Virginia and Austin Peay. Tennessee didn't look that great against Austin Peay. They found a way to get a win. Now the next big red flag is this Florida game. Tennessee did not look good. They did not look disciplined. We talked about the offensive line. Absolutely struggled the entire day. You know, Tennessee comes out that first drive. They go right down the field, score a touchdown. They're up 7-0. Florida rattles off 4 straight scoring possessions. How did Tennessee respond to that? Well, they had 2 false starts. They had a snap infraction on Ollie Lane. They were behind the sticks every single one of those drives. You've got to be more disciplined. But how does this team respond? I'm going to play this clip from Brew McCoy because in the post-game press conference, Brew McCoy was pissed. Brew McCoy was angry. This is what I want from the leadership on this football team. Let's take a listen.
You know, I think a loss like this will really, light a fire under anybody. I know me personally, like, this feeling and the way this feels, like, I'm not going to take this lightly. And I think everybody else on the offense will fall in line on that. So hopefully moving forward there won't be, laboring days or nights. Not that we'll be perfect, but we're going to work for it.
I like that response. That's leadership. That is a senior leader on this football team. But are there red flags? You know, sometimes after a brutal loss like this on the road to an SEC opponent, a rival that you were favored to go beat, when that happens, some people in the fan base start to ask questions. We talk about locker room chemistry. We talk about the culture. Are there things to be concerned about? Well, there are some other responses. There are other things going on in this program that do concern me, and we're going to get into them. We're going to take a look at them, but as always, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up just below the video. It is quick, free, and easy. It does help the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be media. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do around here, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live tomorrow night, Tuesday night. Every single Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to play some NCAA football, but we also hang out and talk Tennessee football all night long. So if you've never been a part of that, come check it out. Always a good time. Again, had a fun live stream this morning. If you missed it, go back and check out the replay. But something I want to talk about is discipline on this football team, on and off the field. This was Aaron Beasley. This was the post-game press conference. This clip comes from VolQuest.com, and they were asking what went wrong against the Gators. I want to listen to his response about what went wrong against the Gators, and then the follow-up question is, does that surprise you based on fall camp? Let's take a listen to Aaron Beasley's response.
They were just running the offense, honestly. On our end, I feel like it was just a lot of mistakes. We really weren't playing sound football, in my opinion, just undisciplined from our part.
Aaron, you talk about being undisciplined. Is that surprising to you, given how fall camp went and the offseason? No, sir.
That response bothers me. This is a kid that was just asked, playing undisciplined football, not sticking to your fundamentals. Is that something that surprised you coming out of fall camp? You can see Aaron Beasley look at the ground. He is pondering. He is thinking, how do I respond to this question? I'm being asked if I'm surprised that we went out against our SEC East rival, huge road game, the game that I've been talking about for months, that is going to set the tone for year 3 of the Josh Heupel era. If you want to go win 9 or 10 games, this game means everything. Our fan base is full of piss and vinegar. We're screaming for Nico. We're irate. We're mad. We're angry. We're eating our own. We're fighting with each other. And Aaron Beasley says it does not surprise him that they didn't play clean, disciplined football. That is a problem. Let's hear the follow-up question to that.
What needs to happen to make sure that you all correct this moving forward?
We just got to be more intentional in our work during the week. I feel like we could always we could have improved our urgency and our intentions, in the way we work throughout the week. So I feel like we can start there for sure.
Who does that fall on? I've defended Tim Banks a lot. I've talked about how I think this Tennessee defense takes a step in 2023, but you show up to the Florida game and you play undisciplined football, and then you ask your leader on the defense, your linebacker, Aaron Beasley, if he's surprised, and he says, no, we got to be more intentional during the work week, during practice. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. If you needed ammunition, some of you guys are so frustrated, and I get it because I am too. If you can't tell from the tone of this video, I am not happy with the way things played out in that Florida game. But if you need ammunition, if you need a reason to be mad at Tim Banks, this is the reason. Because we can talk about Joe Milton and we can talk about the Austin Peay game. Sometimes it's execution, right? It's about pitch and catch. Throw the football, catch the football. I don't think that's coaching. But when you're showing up not ready to play against the Florida Gators, I can forgive you if it's Austin Peay. I'll forgive you. I will let it slide. If you're not ready to go play against an inferior Austin Peay game and you struggle, but you get the win and you move on and you learn from it and you grow. But you're coming off of a piss-poor performance against Austin Peay, and then you roll down into the swamp and you've still not answered the call? You're not ready to go against the Gators? You got a huge challenge coming up on Saturday against UTSA. 20-point favorites. You're a 20-point favorite. How do you respond to adversity? Do you show up now? Like after that Florida performance, do you show up now against UTSA? Or do you fold and show a weak performance against another inferior opponent? People talking about locker room issues, chemistry issues. Is that going on? I have no idea. But then there's also this that came out after the game yesterday. Gerald Mincey doesn't play. This article from On3.com, Tennessee offensive tackle Gerald Mincey arrested Thursday, cited for simple possession. We can scroll down through the article here. Says the same thing. Per the 60-day UT crime logs, Ryan Shumpert of Rocky Top Insider first reported the citation occurred on Thursday, September the 14th, on the edge of campus in Knoxville on Cumberland Avenue. The disposition is also noted as being an arrest. It says here, simple possession in the state of Tennessee refers to being in possession of controlled substance, the amount of the substance that would be considered the amount one would have for personal use. There were no other details about the incident readily available, and Tennessee has not yet commented on the incident. So Gerald Mincey loads up after this takes place. It's not broken out to the public. The public has no idea. Gerald Mincey doesn't play on offense. He goes out there and plays on special teams. So nobody in the public knows. After the game, Josh Heupel asked about it, says they decided to go with J.J. Crawford instead. Now, if you go look at the PFF grades, Rocky Top Insider has those posted. Jeremiah Crawford graded out at the absolute worst ranking on the offense for this football team. The offensive line was terrible across the board. Jeremiah Crawford graded out at a 43 on 66 plays. That is the lowest grade on offense. Guess who's right beside him? Andrej Karic, 51.7. Ollie Lane, 54.7. Offensive line had a rough day in the swamp. But my question is, what's going on in the locker room? What's going on with this football team? Am I just speculating? Because we really have no idea. We have no idea, but to me, you don't play Gerald Mincey. You're kind of keeping things under wrap, but guess what? The media is always going to find out. I said this morning, they're like Batman. It's like Detective Comics. You don't play somebody like Gerald Mincey, they're going to go find out why, and the news breaks right after the game. If you're going to suspend him, suspend him. I'm perfectly fine with that. But what is the point of not playing him on offense but allowing him to go out there on special teams? Why not just suspend him for a game, let somebody else go out there and handle the PAT work? I don't think it's going to impact the game that much. So this is kind of a fishy situation where you're allowing him to play on special teams, but you kind of suspend him from playing on the offensive side of the ball. Interesting. And say what you want about the substance. I do not care. You guys can debate that. That has nothing to do with this. It is what it is. It's illegal in the state of Tennessee. You got caught with it. You got to pay the piper. It is what it is. And this may seem like a negative toned video, and I guess it kind of is because it's a call to action. It's a call to action. How does Tennessee respond? Because that was my question going into the game against Florida. Mediocre performance against Austin Peay. You laid an egg against the Gators. Do you magically get things back on track against UTSA? This game's going to tell us a lot, even though Tennessee's favored by 20. Saturday evening, we are going to learn a lot about this football team. We're going to learn a lot about their leadership on the field and off the field. I like the fact that Josh Heupel was pissed after the game. That's what I want to see from my coach. I want to see a guy that cares. A guy like Brew McCoy as well. That's a leader. I want to see a guy that cares, that says this is going to cost him sleep because it's not acceptable. We need a whole team full of guys like that instead of being out here laughing and dancing and thinking it's a joke. You play for the University of Tennessee. A lot of people care about this football program. It's time to take it serious. And how do they bounce back now that adversity has hit? You guys jump into the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the merch, all the Talkin VAWLS merch at bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Want to give a quick shout out to the members of the channel. You guys who pay the bills around here, if you want to be a part of it, hit that join button down below. It's as little as $1 per month. If you got $1, you like the content, the videos, the live streams, the community aspect, whatever it is you like about this channel, consider donating by hitting that join button down below. You also get custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, a power T beside your name, access to fan call-in shows. I try to highlight your comments on the live streams, but also you're just supporting what we are building, and I would greatly appreciate it. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.